Hello everyone, and welcome back to our distant learning programs. My name is Suchit, as you all remember, and today I will teach you for the lesson that you are about to learn. So do you know that on Tuesday there are two course books that you are going to study? So the first book that you are about to study, which is listening to the news to the new tool, and the second sessions you are going to study the blueprint 6. All right, and I hope you have the books with you for this class. And in case you forget what your cover of the course book be like, I already included the course book cover here. So this is the course book cover that you study for the sessions. So in the last sessions, you study the unit 5, and the title is Studying in the US, which is the United States, and we focus on where to live. From the previous lesson, you already learned some of the key concepts and be familiar with the topic of studying in the US. I remember you were watching some of the video discussing about the advantages of studying in the other country. Okay, so today we will look at some of the activities and exercise in your book, and the lesson you can find on page 24. So before we move on to the main lesson for today, which is about the listening activity, I would like to draw your attention to some of the vocabulary that you have studied previously. So here there are, how many words, everyone? Yeah, there are 5 words, and these 5 words are the vocabulary that you study, and these are very important key terms to understand the culture of the American universities, because sooner or later you will graduate from high school and you will continue to study in the university, even though you might not move to the American and you study in our own country, but some of the terms here are very relatable. For example, let's say the word policy. In every university we have policy, so you need to understand what is policy. So in order to fully understand the listening activity, I would like to review some of these vocabulary for all of you. Okay, so let me find the um, laser pointer. Okay, so let's start with the first word, which is admission. So admissions, or in some word we call application form. So if you get an admission, which means you are accepted at a university. Let's say if you apply to study at Harvard University and you get an admission, that means you are accepted to go to study in that Harvard universities. And in every universities across the world, not only in Cambodia but in the United States, in British, everywhere we have policy. So policy is a set of guidelines used to make decisions. For example, when you smoke in the school campus, we need to punish you or not based on the policy. If the school has the policy stated that students are not allowed to smoke in the school campus, the decision will be made based on this policy. You will be punished, detentions, or suspended or expelled from the school, so on and so forth. Okay, and the third one is dormitory. Dormitories, we have another short form, which is dorm. So dormitories refer to a place where students live at a school or university. In our country, as I said, we have one dormitories near the Royal University of Phnom Penh. It is provided to the students who are poor and coming from the province, which is far away from the city, and they cannot afford to find a rental room. So the school can provide dormitories to the students. Anyway, these two terms are not very important for us in Cambodian context, but we should learn this in order to know about the American society. The first one, which is fraternity. So fraternity is referred to a special university club for men, okay? And sorority is a special university club for women. All right. And I hope you are familiar with all these terms. So now it is a good time for you to listen to the VOA's Voice of Americans. So when you listen, what you are going to do when you listen? As I said earlier, in order to keep the important informations when you are listening, it is very important to what everyone? Here to take notes, okay? So here is a sample guideline for you. They give you this. It's very easy because you just need to complete the missing word, and you can use this word to complete here. And this activity is very useful. You will see this type of exercise a lot if you take IELTS exam, which is IELTS, the English Proficiency Standardized Test. And in the listening section, there will some of the listening section will appear like this. You need to listen and then take note. And during the take note activity, you need to pay attention to each main point. Here we have a university housing. We have the benefit of dorms, resident assistance. So they divided the main part into three main part like this. It is easy for you to get the information when you are listening. So everyone, are you ready for the listening activities? Very good. So when you listen, pay attention to the three important points and extra information regarding to each main point. So now let's listen. Okay, so let me change this to the automatic. Okay, so everyone, listen. We have around 3.5 minutes. It's a little bit long, so pay attention. 1, 2, 3, start.
Unit 5. Studying in the U.S. Where to live.
Where to live. This is the VOA Special English Education Report. March Madness is the name for the busy championship season in American college basketball. But March also means another kind of madness: the nervous wait for admissions letters from colleges and universities. This week, in our Foreign Student series, we jump ahead to the subject of where to live. Housing policies differ from school to school. Some schools have limited housing or none at all. Dormitory buildings might house a small number of students or many hundreds. Some dorms have suites. A suite has several bedrooms, a common area, and a bathroom. Other dorms have rooms along a common hallway. 2, 3, or 4 students might share a room. Males and females often live on different floors of the same building, or they might live on the same floor, or in some cases, even share a suite if permitted. But single-sex housing is usually also available. Different groups and organizations, such as fraternities and sororities, might have their own houses where their members live. And there is often housing for married students. Some dorms are nice, others are not so nice. But many students say they like the chance to make friends and be near their classes. Cost is another consideration. Dorms can cost less than off-campus housing, but school-owned housing can also cost more, though the price may include meals. Here are some questions to ask before making a decision. How much privacy can a student expect? Will the school provide a single room if a student requests one? Will the school provide a special diet if a student needs one? And are any dorms open all year so international students can have a place to stay during long vacations? Kirsten Kennedy, housing director at the University of South Carolina in Columbia, says all first-year undergraduates there have to live in a dorm. After that, they are free to seek other housing. Students can apply to become resident assistants after living in the dorms for a year. International students can also apply to become resident assistants after a year in the dorms. Working as a resident assistant in student housing is one way to help finance an education. At many schools, RAs earn money as well as get their room and meals for free or at a reduced price. And that's the VOA Special English Education Report, written by Nancy Steinbach. Our Foreign Students series is online at voaspecialenglish.com.
Very good. So after you listen to the 3-minute long audio, I hope you get some of the informations that you need to complete this note. So let's start for number 1. So everyone, can you guess what is the information here? Men's and women can be on. All right, men's and women can be on. So the university housing on the same floor. Very good. Fraternity or sorority housing for member, okay, because these are a single sex home, which means if you are man, you live only with the man. If you are female, you live only with the females. Okay, so what are the benefits when students stay in the dorms? So the first one, student can make new friends, right? And the second one, dorm are near, all right, near classes, and it can cost less than other housings. Meal can be included in price. For resident assistant, you can earn money if you work as a resident assistant, which means you have people looking after the building or the house, and you get the meal and room for free or at a reduced price. Okay, this answer is provided for you. So these are the important informations. So after you listen and take note this, I hope you get all the informations to answer some of the comprehension questions. So are you ready, everyone? Okay, good. So let's move on to comprehension question number 1. Why might March be an important time for US students? Everyone, why it is so important? They might get married. For students to get married? No, it is not the correct answer. So no. B, they are waiting to be accepted into college. Okay, very good. This one is the correct answer. Right. Let's move on to question number 2. And can you try this one? Okay, question number 2. Who should ask about dorm being open during long vacations? Married couples, a fraternity and sorority members, college basketball players, or international students? Okay, the correct one is the international student, because they have to move across the countries. So they need to be worried if the school have vacations, where to live. Okay. Number 3. When can student apply to become resident assistants? As you know, resident assistant, the benefit, you got earn money, you get free meal and free room or in a reduced price. So how can you apply and when? So as soon as they are admitted to the college? No. After they graduate with a degree? Maybe not. After they join a fraternity or sorority? It is not right. The correct answer is letter D, after they live in a dorm for years. Okay, so these are the listening activities that you do if you are able to complete the note and able to answer the 3 comprehension questions. Your listening skill is very improving, and I hope you will dramatically improve your listening skill along the way. So everyone, this is the end of our video lesson. And if you have any questions and you want to ask more about the listening activities, you want a tip to improve your listening skill, or you make mistake along the way and you wonder why, teacher, I make this mistake, you can ask your teacher in your online study group, because your teacher is always there to help you. So now everyone, it's time to say goodbye and stay safe and be ready for the next video lesson. So goodbye everyone.